Okay, so I thought I was recording. Well, actually, I was recording, but my camera decided to glitch out and just not save anything that I had recorded. So I will go over this again, like I have in the past. Yep. Okay. So we have Leetcode 55. Just max jump game. Let's focus better. Yep. So we have an input array, non-negative integers, and we're returning a Boolean value that represents whether or not we can reach the last index. So each integer value within the array represents the max amount of jumps you can make over to the right. So at this array, at 2, you can move 2 steps to the right. At this one, you can move 5 steps, a max of 5 steps. But you can see that after 1, 2, 3 steps, you'll reach the end. So you can return true, or you can just continue on and go 1. This one says you can go 1. This one says you can go 1. You reach the end. Doesn't matter your route that you take. It just matters that there exists a route to the end. And this one, you can see that at 3, you can move 3 steps over, which leads you to 0. You can move 0 steps from here. So you don't want to do that. You move 1 step over or 2 steps over. It'll all lead to this 0. And from 0, you can't move over to the right 0 steps. Or you can only move 0 steps, which means you can't reach the end. So this one will return false. So the idea here, I'm just going to go fast because I explained this before. The idea is to maintain a max variable, and this is really the key part of this algorithm. And this is actually one of the only things that I came up with when I first saw this, and I had trouble kind of putting it all together. But yeah, it makes sense better now. And yeah, so let's try and explain it. So we're going to maintain this variable, and we're going to iterate through the array, keeping track of the index. And if I is greater than the current max, then we're going to return false. So what this means is if we've reached an index that's greater than our current max, what that means is we've reached the end, and here we can see that our max is going to be 3, because we start from left to right. 3, 2 plus 1 is 3, 1 plus 2 is 3, 0 plus 3 is 3. And we reach here, which is our ending. This index 4 is greater than our max jumps that we could have made. And our max jumps here correspond to the max index that we reached. So this one we would stop here at 3. And then when we iterate on 1 over, we'll see that we're at 4. But wait, 4 is greater than 3. So we never actually could have reached there. So we'll return false. If we look here, we'll continue maintaining our max variable here. So at first we'll start at 2 is our max, CM, current max is 2. And then here, 5 plus 1 is greater than 2, right? So we would be 6. And then 1 is not greater than 2, right? Because we're checking our indices greater than our previous current max. 0. That looks worse. So CM to 6, this index, and then we move on over. From here, we already know that we can reach the end, but we still need to continue iterating just in case. We could break early, but for this implementation, we don't break early. So yeah, we would just continue on, and current max would be 6, and then 6, and then 6, and then 6. 4 is not greater than 6, so we would return true. Right? And then for this other one, I already went over that one. So yeah, we're just maintaining current max, and then if we reach the end of the iteration through the array, that means we've gone through all of it with no errors like this one, right? 3 equals false. So we return true. Yeah, pretty simple. don't be upset if it takes you a while to understand it, because that's what I actually tend to do. But you just have to trust in the process, and yeah, just take some time to understand it. Try and solve it on your own, and don't commit. Like don't just copy the code and commit the copying to memory. Actually, really try to understand kind of what's happening, and I think for me it actually helps a lot. If I don't understand the solution, I'll try really to understand the code and then go through the iteration by iteration and see what's happening that way, and understanding which line of code does what. I think that helps for me to better understand how the algorithm works. So I feel like that's something that I didn't do when I kind of first started studying for these questions, and I'm still struggling with now, but yeah, better to understand how the concepts works than to memorize solutions. Good luck.